Um, I, the program is somewhat, is Diana's going to play for a while. Then we'll do Q&A. We'll probably do it a little more organized for the Diana Jones fans than we did last time, just because there's so many folks and we have this. But don't hesitate to reach out during. Lynn, I have a couple of people helping. My friend Lowell's helping letting people in, and Lynn, who is my new friend and Diana's friend, is going to mute you if you violate the mute law. Um, so I met Diana about a year ago at Folk Alliance. We fell in love with the song Pony and told her so, and I met her in the hall. And then she came to the show. I invited a number of artists to the last show I did with Kareem Polworth that some of you were at from Scotland. And then we had a chat. She was doing another show. I agreed to help her. That show had 200 people at it because it was her first in a long time. She's the money we raised today is going to help her with the release of her new album, which was released in the UK, but then COVID struck and the world crashed. And so she's planning a release now in the next few months. And so this is certainly helping with that. Her albums are on Bandcamp. You should go check them out. They're pretty good. I am going to introduce her now. And so make sure you're on speaker view. Diana, you need to unmute and do that. So here's Diana Jones.
Hi, everybody. I can hear you right here, even though I can't hear you because you're muted. So good to see you all. Thank you for coming. Yeah, so I'm going to start out with a song that I wrote a while back called I Don't Know. Where do you go when you're tired in your soul? It's too soon to join the choir in the sky. Do you rest your bones in the low, lying low? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Some say love is a beautiful thing. Some say love is the trouble it brings, like the rain poured down on the earth below. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Hold your heart, hold to the fight, tending the fire through the darkest of night. When the light is gone, where does it go? I don't know, I don't know. So where do you go when you're tired in your soul? It's too soon to join the choir in the sky. Do you rest your bones in the lowland low? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And when the light is gone, where does it go? Thank you. You're all so good and muted.
Oh, yeah.
Silent clapping. Yeah, so I said last time, the last show, it occurred to me that so many of the songs that I've written kind of like mean one thing when I write them. I think a lot of artists have this experience, and then, you know, whatever's going on in the world and in your life, the meanings kind of change and evolve. So this one is off my first record, My Remembrance of You, and it's a song called All My Money on You, which I feel like in this time of COVID, that's kind of what I'm doing with my career. You know, it's kind of like focusing on this one thing, getting this one album out. So. Down on my luck again, my well of hope run dry. Only one game left in town and I'm down to my last dime. I put all my money on you, all my money on you. It might be the final thing I do, put all my money on you. I travel with a queen of hearts tucked inside my vest. Lucky sevens up my sleeve and fate do the rest. And I put all my money on you, all my money on you. It might be the hardest thing I do, put all my money on you. I can work that sugar cane or pick that cotton field. Hold the cards between my hands and pray that they will yield. And I put all my money on you, all my money on you. It might be the smartest thing I do, put all my money on you. Casey's men chase me down again I steal away. Make another deal with God, this is the last game that I play. And I put all my money on you, all my money on you. It might be the truest thing I do, put all my money on you. On you. And the preacher says I'm a sorry man, a prisoner to the game. When I win it big enough, I'll come to you again. When I win it big, my love, I'm coming home. And I put all my money on you, all my money on you. It might be the finest thing I do, put all my money on you. When my gambling days are through, put all my money on you. Thank you. I'll have to have a look through the rooms in a few minutes, but y'all look wonderful in this one. I think there are four rooms. So I have a brand new song that I made a little video of in Washington Square Park, which is on my Facebook page if you guys want to look at it. And it started, the idea for the video started because I was talking to these, I'd written the song and then I had my phone with me and I was talking to these two women who were sitting on a bench and there were all these pigeons and the pigeons just started landing on me. I've never had that experience before. They were just like, there were a lot of them. It was a little overwhelming, and I thought that this is a little bit like that movie, you know, with Tippi Hedren, like, what's going to happen next? And the woman that was sitting on the bench said, "Do you want me to film this?" And I said, "Yes, please do." So those little clips are in that. Then I decided to make a whole video. But the song is called "A Little Hard Time." So, and it's brand new. So you guys are my first audience for this song live. I'm very excited about that. So. Good one you will find. I just had a little hard time. I just had a little hard time. I just had a little hard time. In my arms a heavy load, walking down a lonesome road. I was walking down a lonesome road, walking down a lonesome road. I've been happy, I've been there. I just need some tender care. I just need some tender care. I just need some tender care. Love is patient, love is kind. Now you're always on my mind, and all the life that's left to live, and all the love I have to give. Somehow I bumped into you. These days I don't feel so blue. These days I don't feel so blue. These days I don't feel so blue. I could see it in your eyes, open as a big sunrise, open as a big sunrise, open as a big sunrise. Love is patient, love is kind. Now you're always on my mind, and everything we have to give, and all the life that's left to live. I'm a good one, you will find. I just had a little hard time. I just had a little hard time. I just had a little hard time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Am I playing? Oh yeah. There we go. My guitar is reacting to the spring. It's beautiful here. The trees are all blooming and everything. And now that the heat's off and my guitar is kind of like reacting. This is from the record from Song to a Refugee. So I wrote, for those of you who don't know, I wrote the record during the summer of 2018, which is a while ago now. And it was at that time when, things were just getting so much worse. They were already bad, but so much worse than they were at our borders. And then it just seemed like borders around the world. And I just couldn't stop writing because I was trying to make sense of it in some distilled way, which is what I do with songs. They're mostly just to help myself. And if other people resonate with them, that's really nice too. But I was so devastated, as we all were, I'm sure, by what was happening. And then I talked to a friend of mine. Some of the songs are about the border here. Some of them are, I'm in the US-Mexico border, and some of them are about borders around the world. And this is a song I wrote for a friend who moved to the States as a refugee and asylum seeker when she was 14 from Syria. And she's grown now. And she was telling me about what life in Aleppo was like before it was bombed. This is called The Life I Left Behind. If I could tell the story of the life I left behind, before you decide I am a different kind. If we spoke the same language and you could see it through my eyes, I'd tell you the story of the life I left behind. The streets were full and bustling with people that we knew. The man who gave me oranges and the one who fixed our shoes. A beautiful city shining in the sun. With food and drink and happiness enough for everyone. The family gathered Sunday round the table at our place. How I miss the grown-up talk and the old familiar faces. The year my father told me I was old enough to stay and listen through the hours as the evening passed away. I saw the light change slowly behind my mother's smile. And the war came quickly and the bombs fell from the sky. In the end, there was nothing left at all. Dust and empty ruins, and everyone was gone. If I could tell the story of the life I left behind, before you decide I am a different kind. If we spoke the same language and you could see it through my eyes, I'd tell you the story of the life I left behind. I'd tell you the story of the life I left behind.
All right. Yeah. Great.
So I'm gonna, can I look through the rooms for a second? Please indulge me. Hello. Oh my goodness. Hi, Sam.
And at some point, Diana, people want to see Birdie, just FYI.
Oh yeah. She's sleeping
Yeah.
right now, so I'm hedging my bets because I know when she really starts hearing people talking, that's when she loves it. It's like happy
Birdie's
hour.
loud, folks.
And
Yes.
she will get up. Okay.
And then one more, you can do it whenever you want, but explain how an album is released in the UK and not in the US. You don't do that now, but sort of think about when you want to do that.
Yeah, sure. In fact, this is a fine time to do that because I'm going to sing another song from the record. So yeah, basically, I have a wonderful label in the UK, but it's and they're sort of UK worldwide. And then in the US and Canada, it's my territory, which has been okay. But it's been difficult to get a label here to take me on because they can't have the world. Everybody wants the world. This record to me is a little bit different because the issues are so timely that I think it really is important that it comes out in the US in a way that makes sense and in a way that people can hear it, you know. And that means, you know, really running a campaign. So that's what we're trying to do. And we're doing pretty well because so many people have been generous and showing up to the concerts and just being the good music friends that you all are. And I also didn't want anybody to not come to any of these events, you know, because it is COVID and we're all struggling, and I know that. So, you know, I'm really asking only folks that can spare a little. So this is the, you know, this is the song that got written after the whole record was recorded. So I was sitting in my apartment and I caught this like kind of a news blurb about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who had been to the border. She came back and she was giving a testimony about the women that she met there and the horrible conditions they were in. But the thing that she said over and over was, she said, I believed the women. I believed them when they told me. And, you know, where they had come from, what had happened to them, the conditions they were living in now. And it just struck me that believing someone, especially a traumatized population, an asylum seeking a population, is probably the most important thing that we can do, you know, just to start there, you know, I believe you. So I wrote this, and then it occurred to me that I had a few friends who might want to join me. And there were also people that I'd looked up to and learned from in my life. So the recorded version of this, I sing the first verse, Richard Thompson sings the third verse, Steve Earle sings the second verse, and Peggy Seeger sings the verse about the mother. Which it was just such a thrill for me to work. And this was all cross-Atlantic and sending tracks back and forth. So it took a little bit of time to wrangle it all, but I think it sounds pretty good. So I'll do that. I'll do the just me version. It's called We Believe You. I believe your eyes are tired of crying, and all the reasons you say you came here for. I believe you lost your mother and your father, and there ain't no sleeping on the concrete floor. I believe the gang said they would kill you. I believe they killed your child and your wife. In the end, there was no one left to save you. I believe you were running for your life. I believe you. I believe you were starving in the desert. All the water had been poured out on the ground. I believe you had no voice. I believe you had no choice when everything you loved was burning down. I believe you. I believe you. We believe you. We believe you. We believe you walked till you could not walk. You carried your baby asylum. We believe you want to live in peace. We believe you did what we all would do. There's no difference between you and me. We believe you. We believe you. We believe you. We believe you. We believe you came here for asylum. We believe you want to live in peace. We believe you came here for asylum. We believe you want to live in peace. We believe you want to live in peace.
Powerful. Wow. Wow.
Thank you. Hi, Betsy. Oh, so I'm trying to change it up a little bit from the last concert. So if there's anything that you heard at the last concert that I sort of haven't played toward the end and you have to hear it or you'll be sad, just let me know. So. I want to know you, know where you've been, know how you came through. Sound of your voice, your original sin. Where we are is where we begin. Cracked and broken and beautiful. Cracked and broken, that's how the light shines through. I want to see you in the full of the morning, in the last of the evening, unfurled and uncovered, and in the same light I want you to see me, cracked and broken and beautiful, cracked and broken, that's how the light shines through. Cracked, broken, and beautiful. I want to feel where our edges are rough, what our corners are made of, where you and I start, where we both come apart, where we come together again. Cracked and broken and beautiful, cracked and broken, that's how the light shines through.
Selected your icon. 7.
When China breaks, it's never the same. When I felt your love and my heart became cracked and broken, cracked and broken, that's how the light shines through. We're cracked, broken, and beautiful. Beautiful.
That was beautiful, Diana.
Thank you.
So I'm going to just say a couple of things because there's a lot of chat. So somebody posted, thanks, Bill, where you can buy that out, the Song to the Refugee, but I think we're going to ask people not to buy it just yet and wait for the the US release to buy it. What do you think, Diana? Not to buy it, wait till it comes out here because you won't pay postage and all that. What would be better?
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think a lot of people are going to do downloads anyway, and that's going to be like, on the first day out, we'll have those available probably on Bandcamp.
Okay.
Bandcamp is
Yes.
my new friend. I just posted all my records that I own to date on Bandcamp, so it's very exciting to be able to tell people where they can go.
And I will email everybody, and I'm sure Diana will also when the album comes out. It won't be long. So, with the Bandcamp link and all that. So I'm saying this because she'll make more money that way. So just easier for you to do that.
It's all about paying the rent. So during that summer of 2018, there were a lot of people running for the borders, and a lot of photographers captured those images. And I was thinking about how, in some way, we all, in our way, have raised children, whether we've actually had them or not, especially as women. And the looks on the faces of the mothers and other women, grandmothers that had children in their arms were just so, they just said so much about, what we'll do for a child, like what you would do, these people who came because they knew that their child would be hurt, that their child wouldn't be fed, their child wouldn't have a life. But also the people who did that who weren't necessarily the mothers, the women. So, and this is for all the wise women, which means pretty much all of us. It's called Ask a Woman. If you really want to know answers to the question, what's keeping us apart these days? If you feel the need to understand what's heavy on your heart, ask a woman with a child in her arms. When it all comes down to reasons why we live and what we would die for, why we get up in the morning these days. If you worry where the light has gone, if it's worth your way home in the dark, ask a woman with a child in her arms. When your back is tired from the weight of the world and the road is steep and rough and hard, ask a woman. What do you say to the traveler seeking food and shelter when the house is full to bursting and a knock comes at the door, and you want to welcome every soul from the cold night into the warm? Ask a woman with a child in her arms. When your back is tired from the weight of the world and the road is steep and rough and hard, ask a woman. Ask a
ask a woman with a child in her arms.
Yeah. Love
Thank
that.
you. Thank you so much. So, it just seemed like when I was writing these songs that one led to the other, and there were just images and things that were popping up all over the place on social media that were inspiring me. And there was there's a photographer who is from New Mexico named Tom Kiefer, and it's Kiefer. He did a photography sort of series called The American Dream, and he went to the border and got a job at as a custodian. And so as a custodian, he saw a lot of things, and literally things. So he started taking pictures to document what was taken from asylum seekers at the border. So if you look him up, it's easy to find him. There are, like, you know, photographs of just bars of soap, animal crackers. And the one that really got me was a photograph of rosary beads. And these were rosary beads that looked worn and hand carved and just, you know, so different from each other and so beautiful. And they were all curled in on each other. And when I saw that, I just thought, how tragic, you know, just that moment that someone separates you from the thing that gives you comfort. That's so small, you know, something as simple as your rosary beads. And then I saw photographs of men carrying children, as if their lives and the lives of these children depended on it, and they did, obviously, making runs toward the border. And I thought about all the men. So this is for the men who take care of children in the world. And so many of the men at the border were being demonized as like drug dealers, and they were using the children. And, you know, obviously it was not true. So this is called Santiago. Here I stand, in my hand is a rosary, all I own, and you take it. A gift from my grandmother. I was 7 years old, in a church in another life many years ago. My abuela made a home. She taught me all I know. The first day I remember is the two of us. She never met a stranger or knew an enemy. She went to heaven on a Sunday, the year I turned 18. Then came the killing and the fire. We had to run, some didn't make it. A little boy named Santiago stayed by my side. His mother's final words were, he's a good boy, you can see. Take him all the way to a better life, and don't let him cry. Miles turned into days, turned into months to reach El Paso. Then it was me and Santiago on the border guard. They asked us questions at the station. They took my rosary. I said, the boy is Santiago. Do not take him.
I have never been a father, but I would like to be to this boy named Santiago. Do not take him, please. I promised his mother, do not take him from me.
Wow. Uh,
You guys all in the comfy seats? It's kind of the nice thing about Zoom, right? You get to sit in your own couch and kind of hang out. Let's see. I want to look through the rooms again. Aw. Hi, everybody. This is so sweet. All right, so this is the song that like started off the whole I'm gonna Zoom thing, because I really wasn't, and meeting Donald was a big part of that, because I wasn't really like, I don't know, I didn't know how warm and cuddly this would be, but it really is. Like, I really feel like we're all in a room together. And we'll do that like we did in the last show, you know, afterwards we all kind of stayed and chatted a little bit, the people who wanted to, and that was really nice. It was really nice for me, because, you know, obviously, we're all just feeling so isolated. I had my second vaccination last Wednesday. So soon, this Wednesday, I guess I'll be fully vaccinated. And so that feels a little better. There's like hope in that. I hope it's happening for you guys too. So I wrote this song called In Good Company. And my friend Cynthia said, who's here this evening? Cynthia, give a shout out. I was feeling really sad on a Sunday and I'd just written the song and she said, why don't you just tape yourself singing it, you know? I put it on Facebook and I did. And I got like 4,000 views and people were commenting and it just seemed like, you know, that happened really fast. That people just kind of listened and I thought, well, okay. And that's what we called the last show. And Donald kind of showed up when I was, you know, Lynn and I had started to sort of put something together. And then Donald showed up and said, do you want to do a Zoom room? And I was so touched. I mean, as I am this evening, it's just so great to be with you all. My little apartment. This is my kitchen. My bed's right there. And Birdie's asleep. So in a few minutes, I'll wake her up and she can say hi to you. So this is called In Good Company. Oh, these days go by so swiftly as the hours move so slowly. We stay apart together for the love of one another. As I wait for you, as you wait for me, round the corner of a hard time that none would disagree. As we gaze ahead, how we ache to see our dearest and our best, there with all the rest, we ever long to be back in good company. How long, in months and years, until the sadness disappears, to keep you safe, to be alone. When will I have your hand to hold? As I wait for you, as you wait for me, round
corner of a hard time that none would disagree. As we gaze ahead, how we ache to see our dearest and our best, there with all the rest. We ever long to be back in good company. To hear your voice, to see your face without you close, cannot replace my arms around you when we meet on that early morning street. As I wait for you, as you wait for me, round the corner of a hard time that none would disagree. As we gaze ahead, how we ache to see our dearest and our best, there with all the rest. We ever long to be back in good company. Our dearest and our best, there with all the rest. We ever long to be back in good company, in good company.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Wow, we're doing an hour, right? So we're coming toward the. That was quick. It was a quick hour.
You know, there's no I mean, we said an hour, but it's kind of up to us
Okay.
and you. Although you have a vote, but we have a bigger vote.
Yes, you do. You have a much larger vote. I'm here at your service. Okay, so I'm going to do another. Am I going to do this one? Yeah. So I was lucky enough to go on the road for about a year on and off with Janice Ian, which was an amazing experience. I just have to say that she's probably the most generous of performers with all of her years of experience, that she just shared so much with me about stagecraft and audience and just performing, you know. And we were laughing because at one point, because our songs together were so sad that we would have this like line of people buying CDs that would just be weeping, to the point where we were like, you know, should we like call somebody? Should we like get like a therapist to come on the road with us and maybe help out? So, and then I said, well, maybe we should write a happy song. And she laughed even harder. And she said, just speed up the sad ones. That's what I do. So this is a peppy little number called Poverty. Poverty, poverty, empty hands and icy feet, bed so cold I cannot sleep, in the arms of poverty, busy being born or dying, you have left your children crying, more will come to work for sure, worried, tired, sick and poor, poverty, poverty, you haven't laid a hand on me, in a room so dark I cannot see, through the eyes of poverty,
lonesome like we never knew, doing things we would not do if it had not been for you. Poverty, poverty, how much longer will it be to loose the chains and set us free from the grip of poverty, poverty, poverty? Empty hands and icy feet, bed so cold I cannot sleep, in the arms of poverty.
Woohoo.
Do you want to say hi? Let's see if Miss Birdie Jones wants to say. Do you want to say hello? Come here. Come here, love. Oh, sleepy puppy. Oh my gosh. Here she is. Oh, I know, right? It's so funny when I post something on Facebook, I get like, 25 likes and she gets like 500, One little picture of Bee. She kind of understands this a little bit now too, because people have talked to her, and sometimes she'll reach out to the screen. It's very sweet when people talk to her. Anyway. Birdie. Okay, back to bed. Yeah, you're a little heavier than when COVID started.
I know I'm not supposed to talk, but what's your puppy's name?
Birdie.
Birdie.
Birdie Jones.
All right. Cool.
Yes, yes. I got her, she's almost 5 now, so just about 4 something years ago, and I named her Birdie. And then I was adopted. It's a big part of my story, and I never thought I was going to find my birth father's family because I didn't know anything about him. And I got a match on 23andMe, and my grandmother's name was Birdie. She was a New Yorker. Yeah, so that was kind of cool. So this is a title cut from the record. Song to a refugee, song to us all. None of us know where our footsteps will fall. What will become of the place that we love, the place that we think of as home? Song to a stranger in a strange land, running from danger from where it began. Seeking asylum, someday it could be our neighbor, our loved one, our own family. Pleading for kindness, some won't reach the shore. The ultimate cost of war. Song to the children, hungry and cold. May you be happy and full and grow old. The story is long, it's a story we know. Forever it follows a hard, weary road. The journey begins for the day it will end over and over and over and over again. Remember a street on a clear sunny day when peace walked beside us, we felt we were safe. Song to a refugee, song to us all. None of us know where our footsteps will fall. What will become of the place that we love? The place that we think of as home? What will become of the place that we love?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was a really loud clapping. That was great. So I'm going to do Pony. I'm going to do Pony for my friend Kevin. When they saw in the papers, they didn't think I knew, didn't know I understood what they were told to do by some white man that came by the reservation one night. I've been in the state school for 10 years or so. The teachers do their rounds and they're mostly kind, you know. Language ain't the same. They cut my hair and changed my name. My daddy called me Pony. He loved me, I know. We went riding in the snow. Pony. Winter in Dakota, the hills are cold and white. I can close my eyes and fix them plainly in my sight. I see them in my sleep. Through the window of my dreams, my daddy called me Pony. He loved me, I know. We went riding in the snow. Pony, Pony. When the dorm is dark and still, if I listen with my heart, I can almost hear that net, hear it echo on the plain, hear him whisper, we can leave this world behind. I heard about the moonshine, how we cut him down. When Mama came to visit, she said that's why he don't come around. But some things I know for sure, like it's 1924, and my daddy called me Pony. He loved me, I know. We went riding in the snow. you. So is there anything, anybody, I haven't really been able to watch the chat, but has anybody suggested anything at all that they really, really want to hear?
Somebody wanted Humble.
Oh, sure.
And of course, the song that you probably are planning on ending with, whose name, you know what I mean?
You mean the
Better
better
Times. Yeah,
times to work on, which I just did a remix of. It's up on Bandcamp and it's free. So if you guys want to download the new mix, I just put it up because, you know, it's such a good song for these times, I think. But I always thought that I should have sung the chorus one more time. And so I mixed it differently and I mixed in an extra chorus. So it's up there if you guys want to download. It's my gift. So this is called Humble. I'm going to try that one more time with a better low note. Life made you humble, all the living and dying, the coming and going and the way we keep trying. Time wore you down, longer nights came around, and where the edges were harder, the days made you softer. Born in a blaze of glory, determined to write every word, every line. Sundown, you had everything. You woke up to nothing. It all slipped away when you weren't looking. Now you wish you could sleep one more night in that peace with the one that you love breathing beside you. Born in a blaze of glory, determined to write your own story. Again, love may find you as it finds us all, but with a twist and a turn before the curtain falls. You were born in a blaze of glory, determined to write every word, every line of your story. Life made you humble, all the living and dying, the coming and going, and the way we keep trying, and the way we keep trying.
Diana,
They're clapping for all of us.
I don't know if you want me to do this. So now, since you asked for requests, they're starting to roll in.
What did Judy Garland say at Carnegie Hall? I'll see them all and we'll stay all night.
So I'll just tell you what, and then you can think about it. I'll just give you the list. So
Okay, here those.
2 votes for Henry Russell's Last Words.
Okay.
I loved Ask a Woman. You didn't sing that yet, did you? I don't think so.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did. That's right. You did. Sorry. Appalachia.
Ooh.
So, oh yeah, Ask a Woman you did sing. That's what I have so far. So
Okay,
why don't you kind of figure out the rest of your set?
sure. I'd be happy to do Henry Russell. In fact, it was on my list to do because I didn't do it last time. It's so funny. That's usually one that I do. So for those of you who don't know, Henry Russell was a man who lived in the early 1900s. He came from Stirling, Scotland. He moved to Everettville, West Virginia, for a better life in the coal mining industry there. And while he was gone from his wife, Mary, he wrote her beautiful love letters. And instead of Dear Mary, he opened every letter with the line, oh, how I love you, Mary. I think in a different life, Henry would have been a poet. The letters were so beautiful. And I got to read them in the parlor of his daughter, Marguerite, who at that time was 84 years old. And I'd written the song, and that's how I met her. So Henry sent for Mary. They had 3 children. He went to work in the Everettville mine. And then one day, it was April 30th, 1927, there was an explosion at the mine, which killed all 111 men, including Henry. But he had 3 hours roughly in a room with some of his co-workers, and he decided to spend that time writing his last letter to Mary. He wrote it on a piece of cement bag. And when they found him, they found his letter. And when I met Marguerite, she showed me a beautiful stack of letters tied with a red ribbon. And the last letter she gave me was this letter that he wrote to Mary. This is called Henry Russell's Last Words. Still alive, but the air is getting bad. Oh, how I love you, Mary. I have made my peace with God. Oh, how I love you, Mary. You did not ask why I go down in the mine. Oh, how I love you, Mary. It was for the children, it was for better times. Oh, how I love you, Mary. Stay in America and give the kids a home. Oh, how I love you, Mary. To marry another, you should not be alone. Oh, how I love you, Mary. We are weakening, our hearts are beating fast. Oh, how I love you, Mary. We think about our families and we do not feel sad. Oh, how I love you, Mary. They will lay me in a pauper's grave. Oh, how I love you, Mary. Tell my father my soul is
cave door. How I love you. Meet me in heaven. I'll wait for you there. Oh, how I love you, Mary. Oh, how I love you, Mary. Oh, how I love you. Oh, how I love you.
Wow.
So I'll just tell you a quick story about that song now that you've heard it, for those of you who hadn't. So I was asked to sing at the first memorial, which was 80 years after the men had died. And people were coming from all over the States to honor their loved ones who died in the mining disaster. And I couldn't go because I was on my way to my first tour in the UK. And as a part of that tour, I had to drive from London to Edinburgh in one day, like and do a show. Where, you know, when you look at Google Maps in America, it's a little bit different in terms of driving. Like, you know, 4 hours here is like 9 hours there, and who knew? And I was driving. So anyway, I got to Edinburgh. I wasn't even thinking about it. It's about 20 miles away from Stirling. And it was the weekend that was the anniversary of Henry's death. And I was 20 miles away from where he lived. And so I was bringing him back home. And I sang the song, and a journalist from the Edinburgh Sunday Times picked up on it and interviewed me the next day. And on the exact day, 80 years later, Henry's picture was on the front page of the Edinburgh Sunday Times with his letter and with my song on the inside. But it was just, you know, it's just kind of amazing where a song will go, you know. And that one went back home for Henry. And I got to meet his whole family. And for a while afterwards, they sent me little angels in the mail. Every now and then I'd get an angel from a different family member, and I have them all. So that was pretty cool. And then, you know, Joan Baez sang it on one of her records. So I have to say that was like pretty great honor, like to hear her singing one of, well, I would say it was definitely Henry's words. So that was great, because then I got to travel even farther than it would have just for me. So Appalachia, someone wanted to hear. I haven't played this song in a long time. So my grandfather's from the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. And when I wrote this song, it's about mountaintop removal. I don't know if you know what this is, but it's called coal mining without getting your hands dirty. That's what the guys who do it call it, the companies that do it. And but I think you get your soul dirty, because what they do is they go in and they dynamite entire mountain ranges, and then they go in with these huge cranes and they scoop out the coal, and it's devastating. Those mountains are gone forever. And the Cherokee say that those particular mountains were formed when an eagle flew over the mud, and the eagle's wings went down and formed the valleys. And when the eagle's wings rose, it formed the hills. So these are the hills I love so much. So I asked every one of my relatives, is it Appalachia or Appalachia? And everybody had a different idea. So I said, well, I'm writing Appalachia. Is that okay with you? They said, fine. So. My gosh, I can't remember the words. You know what I do when this happens is I Google it. I have to Google my own lyrics. Oh man,
I can't remember. I haven't sung it in so long. I'm sorry. Does the
You're
person
calling-
who suggested it know the lyrics?
They're tearing you apart.
Appalachia, you're calling me.
No, that's not it.
They're tearing you apart.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, we'll try again. Oh, Appalachia, they're tearing you apart. Your strong and steady heart can't take the strain. Oh, Appalachia, your rivers and your streams, like memories and dreams, will run through our veins. You know, I can't remember this whole song. I just can't. It's been too long. But I promise that I will, next show I do, especially the person who recommended it, I will, you can come for free and I'll sing it for you. And I'll remember the words then. I'm really sorry. I just can't do it right now.
Which was beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, well, sorry, that wasn't the whole song. Anyway, it's available on Bandcamp. Sorry, that's so bad. Okay, so let's see. So I guess better times will come, and then we can all sort of hang out and chat. I'm going to be up half the night trying to remember those lyrics. Actually, I think I'll just Google myself when I get home. Anyway, so yes, this is better times will come, better days will shine, long nights be through, love again be mine. Oh, dollars to spend, warm winds to blow, the children be fed, good news to know. Better times will come, better days will shine, long nights be through, love again be mine. Oh, 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 oh. The boys will be home, the girls safe in bed, no wars to win, kind words be said, kind words be said, kind words. Better times will come, better days will shine, long nights be through, and love again be mine. Yours and mine. Better times will come, better days will shine, long nights be through, and love again be yours and mine. Yours and mine. Thank you.
Beautiful.
So,
Hi, Jane.
so let me say a couple things and then tell you what we can do. So we can do a little Q&A, and some of you know Diana pretty well, so this will get a little rowdy. But we'll see. So just let me say a few things. Thank you, Diana. I'll save the chat. You'll see it. At least one person had to turn off their camera because she was crying. And then someone else recently said, for the better times will come, the song has gotten me through some really hard times. Thank you, Diana. So you'll get all that. Let me say a few things about Diana, about the album coming out. If you all donated generously, there's no need to donate more, but if anyone is so inclined to help with the album, just email me and I'll send you those, the PayPal and the Venmo thing. But if there's anybody who's got a whole lot of money and needs a tax deduction, there is a way to give a tax deductible donation. Email me and I will give you the way to do that. So you all have my email. I'll put it in the chat. I did put the Bandcamp link in the chat, but you can find it. If you don't know Bandcamp, learn it. It is the most artist-friendly way to buy music. The first Friday of every month is Bandcamp Friday, and all of the proceeds go to the artist. Other times they take a small cut. So the first Friday of every month, I have a little list and I buy a bunch of albums. So do that. One of the things we put in the ticket form was, if you know or are part of a refugee rights or an immigrant rights organization, let me know and I'll pass it on to Diana. Diana would like to do some fundraisers and just some songs with some of these organizations. So you can forward that to me, or if you're involved or anything like that. And then in general, for both Diana and any of the artists that you know or that you want to know, it's still the COVID. Things are going to open up, but it's going to take a while for artists. So another thing you can, so buy records, do all that stuff. But if you have an organization or an event coming up or a conference, hire an artist to sing a few songs to make it more interesting. I'm happy to help figure that out and get you in touch with Diana or anybody else. So let's just do a little Q&A. I'll put my YouTube in, my email address in. So I'm tempted to why don't people raise your hand actually, and then I'll point. And if that
Actually, I
doesn't
want to
work,
raise my hand. I want to thank
Okay.
Donald, and I want to thank Lynn, Vera, and I want to thank Lowell for really helping with this, and especially Donald, all that you do. Look, for my fans who don't know Donald's work, In the Public Interest, please look it up online. And he's got a book coming out. He's a very modest, humble human, and he's got a lot going on. He's got a lot going on to help artists. He's written about artists and musicians being essential workers, which is so helpful these days. So yeah, so please look into that. That's all I have to say.
All right. Anybody have so just as one of the little boxes, if you go to gallery view on the screen, is one of the earlier artists that I sponsored, Soli Canto, I think with their son, Zia, is in between?
With Alisa. Hi.
Alisa,
Oh my gosh.
Hi. We
my
sang together at New
Of course we did. Oh my goodness. You were
We
in the
love
box, so I
you.
couldn't see. Oh my
I know,
goodness.
we're kind of dark here.
Oh my
Thank
God,
you
Lisa,
so
your
much,
music
Diana. That
is
was-
so
This
was
has
wonderful.
been
absolutely
wonderful. Just
Oh,
wonderful.
Thank
all
you.
of you.
Muchas
That was
gracias.
so great.
It
I
was.
hope we get
it
to
was
do that
really-
again sometime.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
we
That would
will.
be wonderful.
We will.
Thank you for tonight. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for coming. I'm so
Yeah.
touched that you're here.
So
Yeah.
if you don't know Alisa and Soli Canto and Alisa, they're both two different bands, but one family.
That's
I
right.
believe the most talented family on the planet. I have asked them
Mwah,
if
mwah, mwah.
They're amazing, all of them.
I want to live in their
Yes.
house. That's what they do. So,
Well, come on up.
You're invited. You're invited too, Dan.
Hey, let's have a hootenanny when all this is over, right?
Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Yes.
We're ready.
And then
Yeah,
the other
sounds
artist I'll
great.
mention who couldn't be here for very long was Maura Smiley. If you
Mhm.
don't know her,
She's
she's
amazing.
I'm a big fan. Took it up. You're all going to get on my list, so I will send all this out and more suggestions and send me playlists. Anybody else have questions or want to say something? Or Diana, do you want to point something out? I'll just open it up.
I want to say hi to Sam again.
Sam was my best friend from 8th grade. Hi.
Hi, sweetie.
And she was my first singing partner. So when we were like 13 years old, we used to sing Cat Stevens songs in the girls' room.
My father's son.
That's right.
That was the one. Yeah. I love you. It's good
I
to see
love
you. You look
you.
fabulous.
So do you. You look just the same.
You too. I love your hair long. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
The COVID do.
Yeah.
I approve.
And somebody did ask about your guitar. I don't know if it was the tenor or the other one, so why don't you tell us about both?
So this one is a Stonebridge. They're made in the Czech Republic, and they're wonderful. Made in sort of a Martin style, but you know they're great because I think if I took a Martin on the road and something happened to it, I would cry. I'd say this a little more than if I take this one on the road. So it's a good workhorse, and it always sounds great. And then my little one is a 1930. It's a 1930 Gibson tenor. It's a 4-string. I tune it to 2 notes, so it's hard to get wrong when you're playing it. And Matt Umanoff is here with us tonight, and he's the reason any of these guitars sound as good as they do. Matt is a famous guitar store with Umanoff's guitars, and now he still sells on the internet and also works on guitars, and he's great at it. So, hi, Matty.
I put in the chat, someone asked if, I'll just read it. Where should orgs who want to do event with Diana contact her? So just anything you want to get, I'm not going to put her email address up, because just email me and then I'll connect you. Unless you want me to.
Thank you. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anybody else?
You don't be shy. You can all unmute yourselves now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to leave the thing on for a little while. So for people who want to look through the chat, I'm going to save the chat. If you want to chat with each other, that's fine too. I'm going to turn my mic off and all that. Let's thank Diana, who's pretty great, huh?
Thank
you.
Yeah, really.
Thank you. And thanks
And
so
then
much
happy
for
birthday,
coming.
Elisa. We missed your birthday.
Donald, thank you.
When was your birthday?
Last week.
A week ago.
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday.
I actually
45
have a
years old.
question for Diana.
Quarter of a century.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure, what is it?
You're making
At
me
least
blush very hard. I was wondering.
Thank you. Bye. Someone has a question.
Elisa, go ahead.
Sure. So my question is, what is bringing you solace these days?
It's a good question. I think writing, which always has. And, even making that little video, just kind of being where I am, which I got a little, wouldn't say stranded, but I was in New York when COVID hit. And then I had to sort of decide, did I want to be here? Did I want to be in Nashville? Because obviously nothing was going to be happening. So I could have almost been anywhere. And I really decided to stay in New York. It was really scary here. And at times, but the streets, just seeing people, and this wonderful little dog that I have who loves everyone and connects me to so many people in a day that even when I'm alone or I feel isolated because of the pandemic, I feel connected in some way, especially to the other dog owners. How about you?
Oh my goodness. We're
unmuted.
unmuted.
I think we're unmuted, and we spilled water on the computer. So I think for another moment.
Oh no. Oh yeah, that happens to me all the time.
I believe Elisa is working on an album after she figures out how to fix her computer. So
I am. I hope this computer doesn't break.
It's not going to break. It's not going to.
Get out the blow dryer. That's what I do. Make sure you dry it out.
Good idea.
I am working on an album. Thank you, Donald. I really don't want to take attention away from the incredible work that Diana is doing, though. But I would love to connect with you all. My name is Alisa Amador. Lisa with an A in front, and Amador as in a person who loves in Spanish. So if you would like to learn more about my work, please go there. And otherwise, I just want to hear more stories from Diana today. Thank you, Donald.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to hear you sing again. I've kept up with a couple of your shows online too. Really wonderful.
Thank
Really
you so
wonderful.
much.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Yeah, since I write the rules of the concert, then to look up Elisa too, so I can make you talk about things, but I'm not going to. But no, look her up, go to her YouTube page as well. It's really pretty remarkable stuff.
Yes.
Sorry, Elisa, deal with it.
Oh no, I'm just overwhelmed because I'm starstruck right now.
Come here, buddy. Okay, when did you talk to the people?
Okay, anyone else got a question or want to chat? Otherwise,
Bernie's
I think
thinking questions too.
I'll just say,
Mel?
I'll just say hi, Birdie.
I know. Wait.
Mel, unmute. Mel, unmute.
Are you muted? She's muted. She doesn't know how to unmute.
I can't, something's going on. I can't even unmute her. There she goes.
Okay.
Mel, you're unmuted. No.
We can't
No.
hear you yet.
Okay. My cousin did ask a question. It's kind of a fairly question. Do you have a bird named Doggy?
That's kind of funny. Not yet. Not yet, but that'll be the next thing, right?
All right. All right. Well, let's let everybody go. And let's thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks so much for coming, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you
look
so
her up.
much.
And you will all get on her. If you're not on her list already, you'll get on her mailing list as well. So a lot of you are. So, you know, she'll be in touch. I'll be in touch. Stay in touch.
Excellent.
Stay well.
Love
Thank
to
you.
Thank you again. Stay safe. See you soon. See you down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.